Patton, the Iron Commander. Introduction. Hello, listeners. Welcome to today's program. We're exploring the life of George Smith Patton, a pivotal American general in World War II, recognized for his command of armored forces and his role in decisive battles across multiple theaters. Born into a family with a military legacy, he rose from a cavalry officer to one of the most influential commanders of the 20th century. His career spanned 2 world wars, marked by innovation, discipline, and a relentless drive to win. Let's step into his story and trace his path through history. Part 1. Early life and beginnings. George Smith Patton Jr. was born on November 11, 1885, in San Gabriel, California, on a family ranch. His ancestors included soldiers who fought in the Revolutionary War and the Civil War. 1. Hugh Mercer died at the Battle of Princeton in 1777. Patton grew up surrounded by tales of military valor, spending hours reading about leaders like Alexander the Great, Hannibal, and Napoleon Bonaparte. His father, a lawyer, and his mother, Ruth Wilson, encouraged his interest in history. As a boy, Patton had trouble with reading and spelling, likely due to undiagnosed dyslexia. Despite this, he enrolled at Virginia Military Institute in 1903 for a year before transferring to the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. He repeated his first year due to academic struggles but graduated on June 11, 1909, ranked 46th in a class of 103. Assigned to the 15th Cavalry Regiment, he developed a reputation as an expert horseman, competing in steeplechases and mastering swordsmanship. In 1912, Patton represented the United States in the modern pentathlon at the Stockholm Olympics. The event included fencing, shooting, swimming, running, and riding. He placed 5th out of 42 competitors, scoring poorly in shooting after insisting a missed shot had passed through a prior bullet hole, a claim the judges rejected. During World War I, Patton joined the American Expeditionary Forces in France. In 1917, he trained with the French on Renault FT-17 tanks and was given command of the U.S. 1st Provisional Tank Brigade. On September 12, 1918, during the Saint-Mihiel offensive, he led 144 tanks against German positions, personally directing units under fire and knocking out machine gun nests. In the Meuse-Argonne offensive, starting September 26, he was shot in the leg while rallying troops near Chepi but refused evacuation until the attack succeeded. After the war, he wrote detailed reports advocating tanks as the future of warfare, predicting their dominance over cavalry. Part 2. World War II campaigns. Patton's defining moments came in World War II. On November 8, 1942, he led the Western Task Force in Operation Torch, landing 35,000 troops at Casablanca, Fadala, and Sophie in French Morocco. Facing Vichy French resistance, his forces secured the ports within 3 days. In March 1943, he took command of 2 corps in Tunisia after a U.S. defeat at Kasserine Pass. On March 17, he launched an offensive at Gafsa, followed by a victory at El Gedder on March 23, where his troops repelled a German counterattack and captured over 4,000 prisoners. In July 1943, Patton commanded the 7th Army in the Sicily campaign. Landing at Gela on July 10, his forces faced Italian and German defenders. He ordered a rapid advance, covering 100 miles in 4 days to capture Palermo on July 22. By August 17, his troops entered Messina, beating British General Montgomery's 8th Army to the city. During the campaign on August 3 and August 10, Patton visited hospitals and slapped 2 soldiers, one with malaria, the other with shell shock, calling them cowards for not returning to the front. The incidents reached the press, and on August 21, Eisenhower ordered him to apologize to his troops and the victims. Patton complied but was removed from command until 1944. Reinstated in January 1944, Patton took over the 3rd Army in England. After the D-Day landings on June 6, his forces activated on August 1, breaking out from Avranches in Normandy. They advanced 400 miles in 2 weeks, crossing the Seine River and reaching Paris by August 25, where French and U.S. units jointly liberated the city. In September, the 3rd Army crossed the Moselle River, fighting house to capture Metz by November 22. On December 16, 1944, Germany launched the Ardennes Offensive, trapping the 101st Airborne Division at Bastogne. On December 19, Patton reoriented 3 divisions, over 130,000 men, northward from Lorraine, marching 100 miles in 48 hours through snow and ice. His 4th Armored Division broke through on December 26, relieving Bastogne after heavy fighting at Assenois. The Third Army then pushed into Germany, crossing the Rhine on March 22, 1945, and capturing 10,000 prisoners in a single day near Trier. Part 3. Command Style and Incidents. Patton's tactics emphasized speed and aggression. He drove his units relentlessly, often appearing at the front in a polished uniform with twin ivory-handled revolvers. On March 6, 1944, he told Third Army officers in England, "No bastard ever won a war by dying for his country. He won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die for his." In France, on August 1, 1944, he ordered, "We don't defend. We attack, attack, attack. Keep moving, don't stop." He kept a notebook of historical battles, believing he had fought in them in past lives. In 1944, near Troyes, France, he told aide Charles Codman, "I was here 2,000 years ago with the Carthaginians." His staff noted his habit of reciting poetry, often Rudyard Kipling, before battles. Patton's bluntness stirred trouble. In April 1945, at a press conference in London, he said the US and Britain would rule the world, and called the Soviets a new enemy, prompting a rebuke from General Omar Bradley. As military governor of Bavaria in May 1945, he opposed strict denazification, arguing on September 15, "We need these people to rebuild. Firing every clerk who joined the Nazi Party is nonsense." On October 2nd, Eisenhower relieved him of command after he likened denazification to purging Republicans or Democrats. Part 4. Final Days and Death. On December 9, 1945, Patton was traveling near Mannheim, Germany, when his Cadillac staff car collided with a US Army truck at a railroad crossing. The crash threw him forward, fracturing his 3rd and 4th cervical vertebrae and severing his spinal cord. Driver Private Horace Woodring and Aide General Hap Gay sustained bruises. Paralyzed, Patton was taken to the 130th Station Hospital in Heidelberg. For 12 days, he remained conscious, speaking with his wife, Beatrice, who arrived from the US. On December 20th, he told nurse Jean Gordon, "This is the worst moment of my life." He died of a pulmonary edema on December 21st, aged 60. Patton was buried on December 24th in the Luxembourg American Cemetery in Ham, Plot 3, Grave 1, among 5,000 soldiers, many from his Third Army. His grave faces west, toward the US. His personal effects, diaries, a saber, a gold-starred helmet, and a Bible, were sent to his family. Conclusion. George Patton's career began with tanks in 1917 and ended commanding the Third Army in 1945. He led operations in North Africa, Sicily, and Western Europe, directing troops across thousands of miles and seizing hundreds of towns. His writings, including training manuals and speeches, were published posthumously as War as I Knew It in 1947. His campaigns shifted the balance in key theaters, leaving a lasting mark on military history. That's all for today's program.